And look at this. Invite. Oh, no viewers to invite yet. See, so right there on this page, I have the invite.
Okay, so you can use it now. Just... Hey, Tammy, she's going live from the Universal page. I'm going to share it in here.
And I got all the buttons. Hello, Dawn. Thank you for finding me. I know I went from a different page this time, but this one seems to be working. So I've got the button. I can bring her right in as soon as she gets here. And I guess I probably should have done that in the first place, but sorry about that. All right. So, welcome to Ladies' Night. Apologize for all the, complications. But we will get to having our conversation. Maybe if we end up having some time, we'll pull some cards. But I believe this conversation will be quite insightful and useful, helpful to quite a few. So thank you, Dawn. I'm sorry for everyone that already shared the other one. I did delete it, so it should not count any strikes against you, hopefully. Yeah, so.
I haven't invited him in the room yet.
Okay. All right. There she is. All right, let's see. Bring Tammy on. Yay, this one works. I don't know what's wrong with my page. I'm going to have to figure it out. There we go.
Hello.
Ah, yay. All right. I think we
Let's
might
see if
finally
we can hold
have
it down.
Right?
I think it's energy.
Yes, yes. There's lots of that. So, how are you doing this evening? Oh no, is it frozen again? There we go. Wait.
No,
Oh no, you're cutting in and out again. There we go.
right here.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
There we go. Oh. There we go.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Let me go outside. Can you hear me now?
Isn't it cold out there? I can, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot better.
How about now?
There we go.
Can you? Nice. I'll sit
Yeah,
out
I
in
can hear
freezing
you.
cold for an hour.
Oh my goodness. Well, do you got a nice warm comfy blankie?
Yeah, let me get my down coat. Yes. You're not going to see me too well. It's not too cold out.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's been a really mild winter here too. Yeah. Usually it's quite we are known for the best snow on earth, and I don't think we've gotten much at all. Really. I mean, I don't pay much attention, so I couldn't really lay out any numbers, but oh, we have a winter storm warning tonight?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we were supposed to get 1 to
6 to
3
10.
inches today.
Really? Wow.
Can you hear me okay?
I guess tonight we're in for 6 to 10. I can. Yep, that's good. Yay! Uh-oh, did we freeze again though?
No, she's still going.
Are we? Okay.
Damn it. Oh,
Every time you're trying to get comfortable, huh? It just says nope.
yeah. Make sure my cushion
Am
is
I?
wet. You're
All right.
fine.
Okay, good. I'll talk slow.
Talk fast.
Did I lose you? There we go.
Is it going to be in and out?
So, what?
So,
Shit,
Yes.
not working.
Oh boy, this is going to be fun. Oh, hello, Robin. Hello, Skylar and Lisa and Dawn.
it's because of
Happy
the
to see y'all.
topic.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on either. Yeah, every time you like sit and get comfortable, it wants to drop you. You're coming in great now.
They just don't want us to talk about you know what.
I know, right? They don't want us to talk about anything, really. But, you know, wait, we can do. We're going to talk about it anyway. We're going to talk about all of it. Sex, emotions, feelings, the government's medications, rejections, all of it. All of it. We're going to talk about it all tonight. Hopefully, we get to talk about all of it. We're going to be talking about some of it at least.
Some of it. Or maybe just give some readings.
Maybe. Yeah. Yep.
But Sevi wants to talk about it. Sevi wants to talk about everything.
Yep.
We're even going to talk about
Oh my goodness gracious. You froze up on me again, girl. Wow, we're having some issues, everybody. Sorry. You know what winter does to the Wi-Fi. Yeah. Oh, there. Wait, I get you for a second. There we go. That's good right there.
don't move.
Maybe.
Right. Are you comfortable?
I'm standing up.
That sucks.
Yes, that sucks.
It's coming in great now.
I'll stay here for a minute. It's crazy.
All right.
Why are we having all this trouble tonight?
Right.
Okay, so we need some warriors to go in and put a hedge of protection around us and cut off all interference.
Right.
Already on it.
Yep.
What'd he say already
Yes,
on it?
lots and lots of interferences. Yes, he did.
Yeah, because somebody doesn't want us to talk. I don't think we've ever had this much trouble. We do have some trouble occasionally.
Right? No. Right? Yep. Yeah, it's usually very little. This is kind of, yeah, it's a lot.
There it is again.
Yep. Oh, there we go. Maybe. Clearing the lines of communication.
Yes.
All right. Mm-hmm. It's going to come through. It's going to.
Start talking.
All right. There we go.
Okay, so I'm showing we got 20 people.
Yes, we have got 20 people that we are very, very, very grateful for tonight. And we have lots and lots to talk about. So, shall we get started?
Shall
We shall. So,
Fair started.
you know, yes and no. Obviously, right? There's all those feelings that are flying around that you pick up on. You have to discern, make sure they're not your own.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's just it though, isn't it? When it comes to talking about sex or even, anything sexual, we all tend to get that embarrassed, clammed up, and we don't want to talk about it, right? It's just too embarrassing, or it's personal, or it's this and it's that. And it is. It is a very intimate, a very personal thing. However, it's also one of those basic human needs, right? We're all human beings here to live this human experience, and that's kind of one of those things that is one of those basic needs. And so,
but sex
it's important
is good.
that it's not one of those things that's taboo and put behind closed doors.
So we're bringing it
Oh,
out
your
tonight.
poor
We're
thing
gonna
is
talk
just.
about-
I missed the last thing you said.
we're going to talk about sex.
Yes, we are. Yep. That's right.
What happens when you put the move on your dude and he says, "No, get away from me, not tonight. I got a headache." He reverses the psychology.
Right. Well, when they reverse the psychology, sometimes you just have to understand they have a headache. They don't want it. You got to take care of stuff yourself.
You got to
You know?
love yourself.
That's right. Because when you are in a relationship, you have needs and that person has needs. And we want our needs to be met, right? But we also want their needs to be met. So if their needs really are at a moment aren't matching our needs, and to meet our needs would actually not be, would be going against what they need at the moment, well, then sometimes we have to be able to handle that for them and take care of ourselves and love ourselves and know that it's nothing personal and be more understanding of the human as opposed to in the emotional part of it, which relationships, that's hard because, that's really what we're in a relationship for is, right? All those emotions. But you have to be able to understand the human too and not always take everything so personally.
Well, we do take it personally, especially.
Yes.
Corrine says, or lack of.
Gosh.
In her case. Well, you're not alone. There are more and more that they want. Right? So how does a woman handle it when her man's libido is sinking and he's constantly telling her no all the time? Besides self-love.
Right. Well, then there has to be able to be a place where you kind of agree. You know what I mean? Where you're being able to understand why the rejection is there in the first place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you don't understand why you're being rejected, then of course it does feel very personal.
Well, it stirs up so many emotions when the person that you love, the person that you want to make love with, become one with, meld with, in such an emotional, psychological, physical bond, when that person has cut you off and says, "No, I don't want sex anymore. Take it or leave it. You have to get over, you have to grieve, and then you have to deal with your own rejection. Because I think most women are not used to being the pursuer. Would you say?
Right. Yep.
So,
yeah. Even us women that do pursue, most of us tend to get pursued as well.
Yeah. So when you're a woman and you're
oh, she froze up a little bit.
Personal, it's a personal issue. When your mate rejects you, it triggers all these times that you were rejected in life.
Yep.
Because you don't expect that the person you are one with, your twin flame, you really don't expect them to ever get to a point.
Uh-oh. There we go.
Your mate doesn't desire intimacy. Do you throw in the towel and leave?
Well, sometimes that does need to happen, and that's why I say really getting down to that core of the rejection, why it is happening, becomes very, very important. You know what I mean? In our society today, it's not. I mean, people are being drugged up. People are being mind fucked, I guess is really the best way to put it. They're being numbed. You know what I mean? And so, slowly but surely, I mean, and this is kind of, I know it sounds malicious, and when I say they, I just mean it in the whole wide spectrum of all the theys it could possibly be, right? They don't want us to flourish the way we're meant to. They want us struggling, and especially on the inside. Our families, our intimate partners, you know what I mean? The more chaos that you can create, especially in that small macro, the more it spreads out and ripples out, and the more, shit that people can get away with. Because we've been all dumbed down and conditioned to just, well, that's just the way it is. And that, you know what I mean? It becomes a problem. So that's the key, is getting to that root. Because if you're being rejected because someone's kind of lost interest, but they're still holding on to their own holdings, then yes, you need to just up and walk away. It's time to leave. There's obviously no meeting either one of your needs, right? But if there's an understanding and there's still a love and there's still a bond, but you understand something with women and you're willing to compromise, then, that's when, I mean, relationships are complicated. There's all different modalities and types and you know what I mean? So with rejection, it really is dealing with your own personal rejection first. Yeah. Knowing that, being able to not take it so personally. And then understanding where it's coming from.
So I think that there's a lot of things that are, besides just being dumbed down, there's a lot of things in our society that is affecting libido and sex drive. And one thing is medication and depression.
Yep. The chemtrails, the metals in our shots. Yep.
A lot of things are taking the place.
You froze up on me.
Better?
There we go.
I said a lot of.
Boy, they do not want her to say this, do they? She's going to come back.
You said it. I'm oh my gosh. Really? Can you hear me now?
There we go. Yep. Oh, no. My goodness gracious. We're having some technical difficulties tonight, aren't we? Okay.
Darn it.
I know, right?
Is that better?
There we
Let's
go.
see
Yes.
what some of the comments are.
There we go. Much, much better.
Let's see what some of
Yes, I was just reading this one here from Lisa Marie. I have a Sevi. She is sacred, and so am I. I'm having issues with this. This is my baby. She also has disabilities, so I hold on to her. I can't deal with it if someone wants to hurt her or was to hurt her. See, and I get that. I understand that. My oldest daughter has some disabilities. And it can be very difficult to let go a little bit. Now, of course, if you want to make sure that you're there for the main things. If they have physical needs that they need you there for, obviously you're already going to be there. But for the mental and emotional disabilities, we have to be willing to lengthen these leashes. We have to still be willing to allow them to experience their own life and to deal with it and feel it their way. And then what we're there for is that emotional support to help explain things that maybe were not personal to them, or to explain why or how come things like this happen. I understand for a lot of those with the emotional disabilities, I mean, it hurts them almost 10 times more than it hurts the rest of us, right? But they still need to be able to experience that. Otherwise, I mean, imagine, if you weren't there and they had to experience life and you sheltered them this whole time, even a person with a stable mind that's been completely sheltered might completely lose their mind if tossed into a new situation. So I know it's hard, but you got to be able to treat them like you would anybody else. Just be their cheerleader and be their support system if they need you.
That was good. That was good. Yeah, and you can only hold on. You can only hold on for, and if you keep trying to hold on to them, and you're being open in the conversation, but you're kind of reinforcing that they should wait.
Yeah.
Forever. It might not ever happen. So, am I coming in okay?
Yep, there you go. Yep.
So, I think
oh no, we froze up again. There we go. Yep. She just turned 18 and she is scared and I have to let her grow. That's right. Yep. I make her own choices. 18, I want her. Yep. Exactly. She is now an adult and you're there to still be her cheerleader and her support system. But she needs to be able to learn to grow and be an adult. So, let's see. Jill says, I've been married 30 years, so it has changed many times. Stress are a huge one for not being, exactly, Jill. Yes, stress is a big one that kind of takes your interest away from being intimate with your partner as well, because you're focused on so many other things. And that's why I say it really is important to get to the core of that rejection and dealing with that own inner rejection, so that when someone does kind of come at you and reject you, you can step back without it feeling so personal and decipher what's happening.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, I'm in that, I'm kind of situation, Jill. We've been married for 20.
Darn it, man. Yeah.
We've been married for 28 years, I think. And I've seen that too. So stress turns into worry, and worry consumes the mind and keeps the mind anxious.
Yep.
When your spouse says, no, I'm not interested, we over and over again, I mean, a cycle of it, a cycle of constant rejection. You start to think of, what's wrong with me? Is he cheating on me? Is there somebody else that I need to be worried about? And, and then all these suspicions fill your mind. And then you start going through the wallet.
Yeah.
I know, because I went through all that when my husband went through a cycle like this. So, but the main thing I had to come to terms with is the...
Oh, no.
Can you hear me?
There we go. Yep, you're back.
I'm back. I said
all right, just kind of looking through some of these here.
Technology.
Darn it.
Go ahead, keep reading through.
All right. You're very welcome, Lisa. Let's see here. Kelly, let's see here. It's a very, very long one, so I'm reading it. Kelly, give me a minute. Yes, language is one of the bigger culprits to the brainwash and the way we see the world. You're right. However, we're still all in a phase where we need that communication to fully understand each other. I think many of us are already working to the day where we no longer have to speak, where we can understand each other through that telepathy and emotion. However, we're not at that point yet. So, yes, language is a huge issue as well, right along with the television, right along with the computers, the microwaves, the chips. There's so many things coming at us in one way or another, okay, from many different realms, that yes, we need to keep our eyes open and we need to educate ourselves. However, I think that if we were to all silence ourselves right now today, we would probably cause a whole lot more chaos, because no one knows what anyone's up to. With all the hiding that's been going on in the governments and the hidden agendas and the black projects and the hidden projects and the secret shit, if we were to stop speaking today, we'd have problems. So I understand what you're saying. Yes, we do need to let people understand the power of language and words. But understand at this moment in time, where we are right now, where many of us are just barely taking that red pill, we still need language. So thank you for that, addition in there. You're right. Language is important. But also, like I said, right now, this time and space, language is still needed.
Yeah, and if we didn't have that language, we wouldn't be able to learn to discern.
Right.
Correspondence.
Yep, correspondence. Yep. Yes. Let's see here.
Now, learning to deal with what's going on inside of you, so that you don't take everything so personal when people don't respond the way you think they should respond. That's where we're at. With what's going on inside of you, not just about sex. This is about everything involved.
Yep.
Groaning and start transmuting the lower vibrations, the things that you see going on, you have power to transmute and bring back to a 0 point, or even completely transmute it into a positive.
Right.
Now, we all have that.
Yes, there's many things coming at us right now. And we all need to, yes, do that inner work, that inside, figure out our soul, who we are on a soul level. But like I said, it's mostly about talking and how we shouldn't talk in words or spells, and she's correct. I'm just saying at this point in time, this space, this area, it's still very much needed. However, we do need to become more conscious of our subconscious and start to gain that deeper meaning of what words really mean, where they came from. And like I said, I think that many of us are already trying to work to that point where we can communicate telepathically, but we are not there just yet. Hello, Michelle from Louisiana. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
All right. Trying to see if we have any other questions here.
Oh.
You disappearing on me again, girl. Darn it. You keep disappearing. Snapping in and snapping out.
I'm going to throw it down and smash it.
There we go. Coming in all right now.
For the moment.
Yep, for the moment. So anyway, yes, Kelly, I think you're doing a good thing by being willing to write or speak out truth. We all need to know it. But you got to be able to understand where you are in your present moment and deal with people in their present moments. You can't, many of us are just barely taking a red pill. Some of us don't even think about it that way. We don't even think of it as truth. We're just coming into our spirituality, or we're just coming into politics, or we're just coming, many people are just coming into what truth really is. And
that's
so
right.
I think coming at people at that length could be very damaging for what you're trying to get across.
Come at it a little bit softer, because you are so awake and you are seeing everything and a lot of things that are going on in the world, but not everybody is seeing person one at a time.
Darn it. Oh, hello, Sharon. Thank you for being here. There we go. Oh.
Am I still frozen? Am I frozen? Am I frozen?
There we go. You're good. Uh-oh. There we go.
Don't say nothing. Just stand here.
Right? Yeah, you want to come, you want to be able to help people at their own levels. You want to be able to bring them to just how crazy things have gotten in this world. I mean, it's important that we all understand, so especially so that we don't allow it to get to this point again. So all of these truths are extremely important. I just think that, and I don't like the term, but you need to baby feed it to people. You need to, one thing at a time, meet them at their level. And if you can only teach them one other thing at that level, at least they got that one thing, you know what I mean? So Yes, there's a lot of really crazy, shitty things happening in this world. There really are waves being tossed at us, microwaves, the other, I can't remember all the words. What? Milliwaves, et cetera, et cetera. All of these things affect the way we feel. They affect the way we eat and interact. And many people that have been thought to be crazy because of these truths, finally, they're being vindicated, right? So you don't want to just go tossing things out, but you do need to understand, you know, if you spew out too much, all of that at someone that's over here and only gets this much, they're going to dismiss almost all of that. And if it comes at them again, they're just going to think, well, that nut told me this, and so whatever. You know what I mean? It's easier to dismiss. So when you're waking people up or explaining truths to them, you'll find it to be much easier to speak of either one thing at a time or things that they can actually easily research and see and identify for themselves.
Yeah, and come at it with fear.
Right. Yep, because all these things that are coming at us, there's plenty of things here that Earth is providing us to block them and get rid of them.
So let's get back on topic. Sex.
Yep.
It is Girls' Night Out, where we talk about any.
Yes. Talking about all of it. Gosh darn it. It keeps cutting you out from me, girl. So yes, we are talking about sex. We're talking about relationships. We're talking about feelings. We're talking about all of it. And the reason you just heard us talking about government is, well, how do you think they try to manipulate us? So it all does intertwine, and we're talking about it all. Are you with me? Oh no. There you go. There we go.
I'm getting tired.
I know, right? Should we try again for tomorrow night, maybe?
Part 2.
We could do a part 2. Hello, Colleen Davenport from Melbourne, Australia. Thank you for being here with us. We're just here on Ladies' Night talking about sex and everything in between.
Yeah. We haven't got a lot of talking done with the signal going in and out.
Right? Darn it. So, oh no, did I lose you again? Darn it, girlfriend. I did want to talk a little bit about self-love before we make our decision on whether we're going to keep on going tonight or do part 2 tomorrow. It's when I say something.
You're good. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So, on self-love. Self-love, I mean, you can take care of yourself on every aspect, from every need. We need to get over the whole taboo of talking about sex and intimate relationships, because a lot of people don't even know what an intimate relationship is, whereas everybody knows what sex is. You see what I'm saying? Not many people actually know what it is to have an intimate relationship. Many confuse that for simply having sex, which is a huge misconstruction. So self-love is about treating yourself the way you feel you need to be treated. Now, if you have sexual desires and sexual needs, it's about being able to do that too, with no shame, no qualm, no whatever. It's about being able to meet your needs and love yourself without shame, whatever those needs may be. Ah, you're cutting out. Ah, I did. I dropped the M word, masturbation. Yep. Too many people find it taboo. And you know what, though? It's all about simply self-exploration. It
Know
really is.
yourself.
Yes.
Know yourself.
Yep.
Yep.
That's right.
Now, how
Exactly.
do you handle it?
Knowing yourself, knowing what you like, knowing what you don't like, knowing what you need, knowing what you don't need. Knowing yourself intimately. And that is in there with intimacy. So.
Yes. Yes. And it's really.
Ah.
Jen.
Yep. Ah. Lost you again. Darn it.
Am I back?
There we go. Yep.
Anyway,
I know.
I want to talk about that a little bit. The brainwashing that I received was through religion. You stay with your husband. You never leave them till death do you part. You submit to the male. You are subservient.
Yep.
And masturbation is a sin. And if you get caught or anybody knows about your sin, you're going to hell. But God already knows about it because he's omnipotent, right? So then you're
right.
If you do masturbate, you're dealing with guilt and shame. Guilt and shame.
Yep.
And those are triggers that you carry around within you until you explode. And it's the same thing. It's men. I could not get over the when I heard the statistic that 50% of men who claim to be Christians in church have problems with pornography.
Yeah. Well, see, and that's just it. Is I mean, in all of these heavily religious areas, I mean, like where you really kind of feel it in the air, there is a problem with that because there is a stigma. And so though they're doing it, they're kind of doing it in secret. And to meet those needs and to find out more, to learn more about an intimate relationship, but they're just learning about sex, it's backfiring. And it is, it's becoming a problem. Because then in the relationship, they're taking this learned sex and expecting that to be an intimate relationship.
Yeah, and they're putting fear with it. There's a stigma of fear with it, that you're going to do something wrong, that sex is taboo and it's not to be enjoyed. It's just it's just a tool for procreation.
Right.
And women are treated like dirt.
Yes. Yep. Yep. Well, that's the secret hidden power right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're coming out of that. We're coming out of that.
Yep. Yep. And that's what I try to point out a lot too for everybody to get my understanding though. I don't mean just divine feminine as coming out for us women. It's divine feminine for the masculine as well. Understand, the men too have been suppressed in their own right. Though it's been a man's world, it's been the way a few people decided men should be's world. You see what I'm saying? So understand, divine feminine is coming back. It is in full power, but that's for both men and women. It's embracing those feminine aspects of ourselves.
Yes. And it's a beautiful thing when you let go of guilt and shame and rejection.
Yeah.
You have to find ways to release. These emotions have to be released. You can't keep going through life with these emotions buried within you and thinking that you're enlightened and you're ascending. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
So dealing with the issues of rejection, of guilt, of shame, so that you can be free.
Yep. 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 So that you can be a free, sovereign being, you know? Yep. In all aspects, in all modalities, and truly loving and caring. Yeah. Yep.
While you hold down the fort.
Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. You're coming in pretty good now.
Now.
Uh-oh. Ah. It looks like it likes the kitchen.
It likes the kitchen?
It looks like it. Uh-oh. Maybe. Darn it. I spoke too soon. I need to quit doing that. Let's see. Karana Wesley. Lucky for me, my parents taught me it was okay. Yes, it is definitely okay to love yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, we
I'm
are.
Loving myself. I'm loving myself with a drink tonight.
There you go. I didn't have enough for a drink tonight, so it's just the cigarettes for me.
Ow. We're having vodka and juice.
Ooh, yummy. I don't do vodka though. I stick to tequila.
I had tequila the other day, and wow, yeah. I like vodka because it creeps up on you fast.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, and so does tequila. You have 2 shots, you're ready for that third, and then you realize, well, you don't even necessarily need it, right?
Need it. But then again, maybe you do.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky for me, parents taught me it was okay to love yourself. That's awesome. In my house, we about it. My mom was married when she was 15. My grandma was married when she was 14, and I was married when I was 16.
Yep.
So we were taught, we wasn't taught, we were taught you had to be married. You had to be married.
Yep. Yeah, see, in my family we just didn't talk about it much, and I yep. Darn it. Every time I think you're coming back, you quiet out on me again.
Go ahead
There
and
we
take
go,
it.
I think. Okay. So yeah, I was just saying, my family really didn't talk about it much either. And there's actually quite the amount of sexual abuse that went in our family, which is probably part of the, because they grew up in church. My grandma was religious, went all the time, dedicated her life to her religion. So obviously, like I said, I live in that state where you just feel it in the air, the religion. They don't even have to say anything. It's just, you can just feel the oppression. Anyway. So, there was probably even a heightened sense of that shame and that guilt because of the abuse that went on. And so, yeah, it just wasn't really discussed in my house. And I just happened to have, I guess, a lot of therapists would say that this came because I was abused myself. But for me, it was more just, I didn't care what people had to say. I didn't care what they thought. I had me. I was the only one I could count on. You know what I mean? Like when I was young. So I was my best friend in every which way. And I didn't take a whole lot of time to put shame or guilt onto that. But I can understand where it comes from. Uh-oh. There we go. Well, no. Lost you. Ah, gosh darn it. Should we go with a part 2 tomorrow night?
Yes, part 2.
All right. I want to thank you all for being here with us tonight. Love you. We will be having a round 2 tomorrow night. We are grateful to all of you for coming. Hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow. Lots more to talk about. Apologize for the technical difficulties, but I'm pretty sure a few of you got something out of it anyway. So much love. Mwah. We'll see you tomorrow.